Alright, welcome back to the series of Velanariel. Alright, I'm going to be focusing on doing Forest Strider Retreat. I was actually tempted to stream, but I decided part of the reason why I like recording is so I can get videos done in advance, so that if I do have periods of time where I'm not wanting to play games as much, or certain characters specifically, then maybe I'll be fine and not have to worry about it too much. Of course, if I miss some recordings, like if I try to do it once a week and I miss a week or whatever, or off by a couple days, I'm not that concerned. Yesterday I was off, but I had a couple things to do and not a whole lot of time, and I didn't think I was going to be able to stream anything, which is why I didn't touch Sandra. And recording wise, I could have tried getting someone done, I suppose, but I was a little unsure. Got some work more or less done with Kazagal, and I'm going to be on Velanariel for today, and unless I do... So, I'll just say it now. I'll probably be talking about it in a stream I'm going to be doing later. My transmission line had rotted through while I was in the middle of my driving home from work the other night, and apparently fluid got all over the ground. But since it was so late, I didn't even notice that. I just knew my car would just stop moving, couldn't accelerate anymore. My gas pedal, my engine was still all acting like everything was fine, but just couldn't move. So that was fun. It's been in the shop. It's going to be a kind of an expensive fix because there's a couple other things I got to get done too. So, well, anyways, and more positive notes, I guess. I'm going to be playing quite a bit today of different characters. I'm not sure if I'll do more than one of each, of course. Kazagal I was going to do instead of Velanariel first, but I realized his rest of the experience isn't as good. It's built up because I was running around on him and played him most recently out of all my characters. So it's going to be Velanariel and Erisandra, and potentially Lunadiel. But I do want to say I might actually be starting up my my Blood Elf Paladin. I can't remember if I already said I decided to choose to play her already or not, but I have, mainly because this zone is empty of players, not completely, but it's there's a lot fewer players since everyone's in Outland focusing on their high level characters, which I don't like vying and having to fight. Like, it's good for any kind of like quests that need a group, of course, but for everything else it just kind of sucks when you're having to compete with everybody else. I like it when the zones are a little quieter. Maybe not exactly this quiet, but maybe like if I ran into a player by now, it would have been fine. But whatever. So just to refocus on this, I am gonna be doing Forest Strider Retreat. I haven't read that quest because I picked it up before the recording started because I didn't pick it up in the previous one because I'm dumb. So I'm gonna read that off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pick up whatever quests remain in this area. I'll probably be doing the quest to the northeast first, but I could be wrong on that front too. Alright. Your help in subduing the wretched has been invaluable. The Forest Riders would surely have use for someone like you in their fight against the Amani trolls. Look for the Forest Rider retreat to the northeast of here. Speak to Lieutenant Dawnrunner and see what assistance she might need. Short and sweet.
Our enemies will fall. What business have you, Shorel Oran?
You're here to help? Excellent. The battle against the Amani trolls has taken its toll on us, and capable fighters such as yourself are always welcome.
Death to all who oppose us.
It kind of goes to show that they're not as good against fighting the undead. I think I talked about in Duel and Thalion how I don't feel like a ranger type character would, except for maybe one that engages in melee most often, would be as effective in fighting the undead, except for maybe the cultists themselves, of course. And it kind of shows a little bit, even if that's not what they were going for here in Quel'Thalas in general. The Forest Strider Retreat, and most of the ranges focus on the Wretched in the west. Well, I think there's Wretched in the northeast too, but all the non-undead is what they focus on, except for the rangers holding the Dead Scar in the north. That's just holding them back at that point. And these ones are also focusing on the trolls in the southeast, and even when you get to Ghostlands, they also primarily focus on the trolls. But I think they do focus on the undead a little bit, of course. They're not gonna like avoid fighting them completely. I just feel like their talents are better put to fighting the extra threats that have popped up since the Scourge is coming. Sorry, I'm talking a lot already. Ours are not of the vast kingdoms of the humans and orcs. All we have left of our lands in Azeroth lies mostly before your eyes, Velanariel. Until we can reach Outland, we must defend what little land we have at any cost. Our uncivilized neighbors to the southeast, the Amani trolls, certainly have a different opinion regarding the ownership of these lands. Their daily raids are something we can't tolerate anymore. Go to their settlements, Zebwatha and Torwatha, and teach them a lesson. It's kind of ironic, considering that they're trying to go. They were at this point. believing they're going to go to Outland. And I'm not saying that because Outland really sucks. I would not want to have my home be there unless I'm some dark being or a person, someone like, well, Illidan's a dark being, I guess you could say, but demons and those that don't really care about life as much or whatever, Outland's great. But the reason I was saying it was ironic was because if the trolls didn't, it's like, if they told the forest trolls, hey, we're planning on leaving these lands for good and going somewhere else, if you guys can just not attack us, sooner or later we'll be gone and these lands will be yours again. It's like, I wonder if they would actually be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? As long as you don't attack us, we don't attack you. Yeah, another troll.
The reckoning is at
The
hand.
Amani and the Sindora have a long history of mutual dislike and open hostility. That doesn't prevent me from appreciating a fellow craftsman's work. I've come across pieces of Amani weaponry, and I must admit, I'm impressed by the quality of their work. It is rumored that spear crafter Otembe wields a magical hammer that is so light and well balanced it allows him to work with great dexterity and efficiency. If you bring me this tool, I'll use it to craft you a weapon.
Keep your wits about you.
Also been working on the, what was it? Kazagul's background. I'll talk more about it when I get to Kazagul, but even though I started making a backstory about him being in the his family being from the wetlands, I think I've decided I'm just going to make him be from Loch Madan originally. Because even if the Trogs are the ones that would be around where his current home are, I think it's the orcs being the bigger enemies, being the ones that forced him out of their home and destroyed their homes in the first place, is still a more hated enemy, I would imagine.
Anaria Shola. We will have
Warlock,
justice.
hear my request. For reasons that I cannot go into now, I decided to shut down my nearby school. A few days ago, I sent one of my pupils, Apprentice Loralthalis, there with this very task. I have not heard back from her since. Will you go to Duskwither's Spire and check in on her, to make sure that she is well? You'll find it by heading north on the path out of Farshudder Retreat, then go to the right when the road branches.
Remember the sun well.
I feel like there's another question here that I've forgotten about. I'm not sure exactly everything I'll be doing on this recording. Hey, there's a player. What was it? Oh yeah, it depends on how long it takes me to do Duskwither, but I might focus on the trolls in the southeast after, because there's not really a whole lot of other quests to do. So if this video ends up being too short, I'll definitely go there. But I'd rather have this one be in one video and the trolls be in another, because I think the trolls by themselves can definitely make a video. It's just the Duskwither Spire that I'm not sure about. Because with the trolls, you have the region down here and to the east, so that takes a lot of walking back and forth, and there's quite a few quests to do. So, one thing I didn't talk about is because I did it between videos, I actually picked up Jewelcrafting and leveled it up quite a bit. Not as much as I was hoping I would, but still. And I got a few pieces of, well, 2 pieces. I have a third one, I think. Yeah, please tell me I have a third one still, because I either put it into my bank, which I think is what I did, or I accidentally sold it, which I'm really hoping I didn't do. But I actually got quite a bit of money, well, for this stage in the game. But yeah, so I leveled up Jewelcrafting. Part of the reason I'm bringing this up, though, is because if I do my Paladin, I might make her a mining and blacksmithing character that will actually stick to mining. And if that is the case, I think I'd rather push ahead with her sooner than the Warlock character, just so I could get more mining done on her.
We will persevere.
And I've talked about previously about doing 1 or 2 Draenei characters, and I'm still... Forgot she cries. That threw me off for a second. So I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 Draenei characters at some point in the near future. I don't want to miss out too much on TBC for Anniversary Edition. Because if I start them too late, then I'm not going to start them at all. Because if Wrath of Lich King comes, I'm not going to bother. If I haven't started them by then.
We will have justice.
The Magister was concerned for my well-being. How sweet. I wish that he had shown such an interest before when we were at the Spire. That doesn't matter now. Please listen carefully, Warlock, as I have a favor to ask of you.
Remember the sun well. Salama,
As you may know, Magister
Ashalinore.
Duskwither sent me back here to shut down the power source that feeds the Spire. There are 3 of them, each located in a different place inside. Unfortunately, I appear to be too late, and Duskwither Spire has become overrun with strange magical creatures. While I haven't the expertise to accomplish this task, surely a warlock such as yourself could do so easily.
The reckoning is at hand. Be ready for anything.
The Duskwither groundskeeper has gone missing. Someone must have forgotten to tell him to leave when the Magister and everyone else did. I know that he's still around somewhere on the grounds, but I dare not go looking for him myself with all of these magical creatures roaming about. Will you find him for me, Warlock, and make sure that he's alright?
Remember the Sunwell.
Alright, so deactivating the spire will be done pretty quickly, but I'm gonna go do the... I'm gonna turn this quest in and go try to do the, Oh, but that's up there. Again, it's always weird switching from classic version / like putting sort of WoW to this, just because it always I always forget that quests are actually telling me where I can pick them up, not just turn them in. I'm trying not to kill too many of them, just because even though killing them will give me the experience, I want to turn this quest in. Oh, hang on a second. You guys are actually fairly tough. I wonder if the trolls would have been the easier ones to do. Oh well. I don't think these should be difficult anyway, especially with Hawkmoth here. But yeah, originally I was going to be streaming Arisandra earlier, but breakfast came up while I was about to start. And I was like, well, it hasn't been a very good start, so I'm just going to stop this stream before anyone actually stops by and delete it. Unfortunately with Arisandra, I am going to be in Tanaris. I don't hate Tanaris, but I tried not to be in the deserty dry zones as much as I can get away with. But I'll talk about that in the stream later. That is
glory to the sun.
Unless something comes up, I'm going to be playing that later, no matter what.
Shorel
Who are you? You're not one of the Magister's apprentices, that's for certain. Sent here to help me clean up this mess, no doubt.
We will have justice.
It's horrible, I tell you. Strange things happening in the Spire. The Magister and his apprentices run off, and then the next thing that you know, the whole grounds are overrun with these magical beasties. And who told Willithrin? Nobody. That's who. Warlock, you've got to help me clout some of these things out. I cannot maintain the grounds while these anomalies are running amok.
Time is of the essence.
I don't think the mana worms count. Oh, rare. Biggest positive about this. I usually go out of my way to fight the rares whenever I find them. I love, especially in classic, where TBC and Wrath of the Lich King still too, but to a lesser extent, especially now apparently. Because they're tougher, it's always more fun to go up against. Usually closer, at least when it comes to almost dying kind of thing. Oh, you actually resisted immolate. That's amazing. Doing this one first. Yeah, that was a bit closer, but that's fine. It wasn't even that close. I just don't have any mana left. Oh, a small red pouch. I preferred red over green from what I remembered. I think. Yeah. Oh, right. Because it's easier to put away, it also means I could accidentally replace them. So I gotta put them in directly. Which is fine. I'd rather that over how it used to be. Also, I'm gonna eat up even though I don't need to. But yeah. I love the feeling of playing a warlock. And it's not... I guess it is partially because it's just a very easy class to play once you know what you're doing. I mean, I guess any class can be that, but even like once you know what you're doing on a warrior, it still could be kind of tight. It could still be a little close sometimes. But yeah, while everyone's in the later zones, in Outland specifically, I think leveling up a few characters through the starter zones, and also the early zones in general, it's never the best time to. Because after a little bit, people are just going to be, okay, time to make new characters. And there won't be a lot, but it'll be a little bit more populated. Fight this one for now. There's one there, but just primarily mana worms by me right now, and I don't need any more of those. It's gonna suck not having the Felstone anymore, but that's fine. It's not necessary. It's just very nice. Here's one. You fight that one. I'll take this one. You know, I changed my mind. Really? This one ended up being further than I thought it was. I thought, okay, draw it to here, and then I can fight both. But I was like, okay, I'm going a little further than I expected to. And I know I talked multiple times about how I don't want to start up to... Ooh, Tiger's Eye, nice. How I don't want to start up too many characters, but I think I've mentioned this on Velanariel, so I'm probably reiterating it on the wrong character. But I do think the more characters is still better in some ways, because that way the characters can get rested experience while I play another character.
What business have you?
Oh, I do have plenty of them. I don't need to do that, but again, it's a bit different playing TBC Anniversary Edition versus Turtle Well, because Turtle Well obviously is it depends on how long that server is allowed to stay up more than anything else, I guess. But what I more was gonna say was that TBC is probably gonna be here for what, a year, 2 years maybe at best. That's still a large portion of time, but considering how little I actually pay attention to certain characters, I need to get started on most of the characters and play as much as I can. Because Wrath of Lich King will be fine for most of them anyways, but once Wrath of Lich King goes by itself, then my characters will still be being played, but I can't have the TBC experience anymore, and I can't have the Wrath of Lich King experience
Keep
anymore.
your wits
Not
about
the proper ones anyways. Well, I suppose that will have to do, now won't it? Thanks for the help, Warlock. I can only hope to get this mess completely cleaned up before the Magister returns to Duskwither Spire. Take this pocket change. It's not much, but it's all that I have at the moment. Feel free to dispatch a few more of the beasties on your way out, if you'd be so kind.
Hold your head high.
I might have to. I don't think it's really a choice in the matter. But yeah, that's part. So unlike in Turtle WoW, I am a little bit more wanting to make sure I play. Speaking of what I'm saying. Sure, well, I've created plenty of characters, and I don't really have too many other characters I want to make. The only character... So, there's 3 characters I could definitely bring up right now. There was a human hunter / warrior character I talked about multiple times about starting, and I'm putting him off just for the sake of leveling up other characters. At this point, I'm at least putting the minimum to 40 on most characters. If I can get Kazagal, Vargak, and maybe one other character, or 2 other characters, like Lunariel potentially to 40, then maybe I'll start him. But the other thing was that there's 2 characters that I'm still on the fence that I might still create, despite what rule I'm giving myself right now, not to create more in Turtle WoW. And that's because they're supposed to be challenge run characters, like 2? Hang on. 2 or just 1? I know there's one I could think of, and I feel like there's another one that for some reason can't think of right now. Was it a Turtle WoW character? I gotta think of the challenges, but I was gonna try doing the level 1 lunatic challenge, and I probably still will, but we'll see. Poke. Okay, never mind. Poke. Oh, I should have realized that. Also, I forgot. I have these things on right now, don't I? No, I'm thinking of Aerosounds, but never mind. I think there's another quest up here, other than the one I'm going to be picking up. I guess not. I always love the Blood Elf designs for their buildings, but I do feel like this is very, very dangerous because I'm guessing there's actually, even in the game's lore, there would be a invisible stair there to prevent people from falling. Because otherwise, this is too big of a step difference for the Blood Elves. Even the Night Elves and Draenei, who are the tallest races in the game, would have a hard time. Like, you actually would have to do a long step down each of these, so it doesn't make sense how these stairs would work. I love how they look, but that's about it. Oh, apparently that she didn't have... Actually, from the looks of it, apparently Velanariel had even less rusted experience built up. I thought she'd be more, because I'm pretty sure it's been long since I played Velanariel, since it was Kazagal. Jesus. Well, how long has this recording been anyways? Probably like 30 minutes. Yeah, not even. This is what I was talking about. I was pretty sure Duskwither Spire wasn't going to be long enough on its own, but I knew the trolls would be, so this might become an extra long video. Actually, what I could do if I'm really adamant about wanting the rusted experience, I could just put this as like the first half of the video and do the trolls as the second half, and just have there be time between videos so the rest of the experience can go back up. There's a lot of positives to actually recording versus streaming. Don't get me wrong, there's certain things I still will stream, I think, especially the starter characters. Again, the reason why I was an exception for Velanariel is simply because she was, if the starting zones are going to be too populated, then recording becomes kind of unnecessary almost. You got this. You've discovered what appears to be an investigative journal left behind by Magister Duskwither. A brief scan of its contents reveals some shocking attempts at filtering corrupted magical flows, which might explain what has happened here at the Duskwither Spire. The Magister is sure to want this brought back to him. I'm gonna go fight around this, just because I feel like there's gonna be something here on the other side. Poke. Ah, that's why I did it. I do like Shadow Bolt. If my dots weren't so effective on their own, or it wasn't so expensive to use Shadow Bolt too often, I definitely would be using that ability more often. It's one of the reasons why I like to do my talents the way that I did on Turtle WoW, so I can use it more often. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case on this one. I don't think it is. Okay, no, so it does still have Nightfall, which is what I'm thinking of anyways. Good. Still low, very low chance. Burst of Exhaustion, no. Siphon Life, yes. I love how there's like no connection down here. It doesn't look like... Alright. Shadow Mastery. I probably should look at it more often. I think Cedar Corruption was renowned in TBC. I can't remember though. Again, I barely played in the later stages of TBC or Wrath of the Lich King, just the early game, because I just always found myself not wanting to really play level up characters past 10 or 20. As I guess you could say, it still is the same case, but I could focus on characters a lot easier than I used to. I don't feel like I have to recreate characters every 5 minutes. Like, oh, this character I haven't played in 2 weeks, and I kind of want to restart. Like, I'm not like that anymore. That's the important part for me. That's the important distinction. Because, that was definitely the problem. Because I just kept recreating the same character over and over again. Just because I would play another character and not want to play that character and just restart. I think I've done that
State your
on
business.
YouTube still sometimes, but nowhere near to the same extent.
The reckoning is at hand.
I can't be certain from this distance. Have you already shut down the power to Duskwither's spire?
Shorel
I'm grateful to you for your assistance, but saddened to hear that some of my fellow apprentices have fallen to their addiction. With the power to the spire cut off, I think I'll stay here for a while and see if things calm down long enough for me to sneak in and retrieve the remains.
Be ready for anything.
Actually, that is better than what I got. Nice. Velanariel, I have one last favor to ask of you. Would you please relay what's transpired here to Magister Duskwither, back at the Farstrider Lodge retreat? Let him know that I am well, but make certain that he is aware that some of the apprentices have become wretched. Thank you for your help.
Salama Ashalanore.
Lots of stuff to sell. I said spend. Of course I did. Is there anything else in here I want to make sure I don't accidentally sell you, because you're green, not the best green. You're gonna be you'll sell decently well. Everything else will just sell. Well, or it's a quest. Oh, I forgot. This is actually something I could read. Emphasis on could. Yeah, why not? It is my fervent hope that through my research I may find a supplemental source of magical energy that will be safe for my people. With the Sunwell gone, we must find a way to continue our way of life without succumbing to the lure of arcane magic. I believe the future of the Sindora can once again serve as a shining example to all. No luck yet. What little magic I have ready access to must be channeled through the spire. I do have a number of intriguing ideas, though. I will set my brightest apprentices to following these paths of inquiry and see what we come up with. It's been a while since I've written anything in these pages. Still nothing promising. I received word yesterday that one of the pupils at Sunshatter Isle, one Felengin, failed to heed the advice of his mentors and succumbed to the affliction. I shall redouble our efforts. Nothing. I will not give up hope, though. The Sindora cannot afford to be in a position of magical dependency at this moment when we are besieged to the south. Just finding the trainers.
Your gold is welcome here.
Apparently I can't read while I'm doing that. Okay.
We will have justice.
Where was I? I've devised an entirely new approach, and if successful, it will allow me to filter out the impurities and some corrupted, fell magic power sources that I have stashed away. I must proceed with caution. Amazing. We've met with some success, though the amount of magic we were able to extract was minuscule. I am going to pull some of the apprentices away from their studies to focus on this promising new approach. With any luck at all, we should be able to refine the process and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, an abundant source of energy for ourselves, and a way to counter any fell magics we may come across in the future. No! While experimenting with the new process, my main apprentice, Telethian, suddenly and without warning, shriveled before my very eyes, succumbing to the state that afflicts my brethren. I tried to stop it, but he was too far gone. I had no choice but to put him out of his misery. Such is the price of discovery, but I feel the weight of that cost too dearly already. It is too much to bear. 2 more apprentices have succumbed. We were being so careful. I do not understand what has gone wrong. We'll have to abandon these investigations and start over from scratch. I was too late. A 3rd apprentice had, unknowingly to me, been sharing their foul research with some of the others. I'm going to try to contain the situation, but first I must get the unaffected apprentices away. I would do so by letting them all know that I'm going on sabbatical at the far side of retreat, in the hopes of finding a new approach to the problem. I must find a way to atone for this horrible error in judgment.
The dark times will pass.
A little too much reading there.
Keep your wits about you.
No, I was too late. It is all my fault. My investigation into purifying alternative magical sources got out of hand before I could put a stop to it. If only I had gone myself, or that they had listened to me and heeded my warnings. I have blood in my hands, Warlock. I thank you, though, for putting to rest the tortured souls of my former apprentices. It is some small consolation that they will not linger in that state where a blood elf is better off dead.
Shorelaran. The reckoning
What's
is
this?
at hand.
It looks familiar. Oh no, this journal, my investigations. This is what caused all this in the first place.
Farewell.
Here it is, the proof of my crime. This journal contains all of my ill-conceived studies. Heedless of the warnings, I continued my research until I was almost too late. Then when I grasped my error, I did what I could. But by then some of my pupils had already gone too far. I evacuated the spire to get them away from the corruption, but in my haste forgot to shut down the power sources. I will burn this tome so that no one else falls prey to its contents. I only wanted to help the Sindori. I mean, I guess you could say, like, keeping it is still inherently dangerous, but keeping that kind of journal and just writing notes saying that this was a failure, this caused so many issues, do not do this, would be and putting in a library so that if someone tries to look into these kind of things, they're like, okay, so this is what happened when somebody tested it. Let's not try it again.
Shorelaran.
Then again, of course, people will be like, oh, I have a way to get around this, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I just feel like keeping that would be a better idea than
I have
trashing
one-of-a-kind items.
At least in the long run.
Shorelaran.
Yeah. Throat's pretty dry. Sorry about that. Yeah. Everything is green. At least until I go to Ghostlands, and everything won't be green in multiple ways. The land won't be green, and the quest won't be green. At least once I deliver, except for that quest, probably. Ghostlands isn't a hard zone to go through. I am looking forward to another fight with Darkhan. I'm sure there might be other players at that point, and I will be grouping up to kill him. But I would like to try to beat him by myself, again. Because I did it on the original Velanariel Blood Elf Paladin playthrough that I did on Wrath of the Lich King. But as I just said, it was Wrath of the Lich King, so it's not the most reliable one. It's going to be a bit easier than TBC. It could be about the same, though. I'm going to see if it's going to be possible when it comes time to playing it. Poke. I can't really say stab. Even if it's a dagger, I'm pretty much just poking them with it. My damage, it's nothing. And today I got my cat sitting right next to me. The other day when I was playing, actually the last couple of recordings I've managed to do recently, she wasn't laying right there, she laid in the other room. And then yesterday, every time she decided to lay next to me, I'm like, well, I guess I gotta go get up. So I was like, love it when she lays right there, though. 2 Shadow Priests. It does say Shadow Priest. I should probably be a little bit more cautious. Okay, so they are Shadow Priests. They can't heal either. Good. That's what I was concerned about. Should be a troll in a cage over here. There's Spear Crafter right there. I do like fighting the trolls. There's so many reasons why I prefer playing as Alliance most of the time. Obviously, I'm not Alliance, but Blood Elves are also some of my favorites. It's just weird because most of their enemies over time really go hand in hand with the Alliance, so it's always really strange that they decide to make the Blood Elves enemies of the Alliance. I know what happened in Warcraft 3, of course, but like, come on, even there's other Alliance races that freaking hated Garithos. Even the humans themselves hated Garithos, except for those underneath. I'm sure there were some that were underneath that didn't hate him either. They just followed him because it's like, well, if we don't follow him, I'm gonna die, so I'm just gonna follow him. And the dots seem even more effective than on Turtle WoW, even with all the talent points I have on that one. Come closer, man. Don't be afraid. Venjashi not gonna hurt you. Us dark spears be mortal enemies of the Amani, just like you. Wait, why are they mortal enemies? I mean, I get because they are again. Oh, okay, no, I guess it's simply because they're part of the Horde. Because they do go against the Forest Trolls and the Hinterlands, so these ones are just as much their enemies at that point. It's just fine. I just find it weird. I don't think there was any like too much troll conflict in history. Whatever. Us Darkspears be mortal enemies of the Amani, just like you. Their boss, Zul'Marash, is evil troll. He gave me the bad poison and leave me in this cage to die. I'm not scared of dying, man. I seen death in the eye and I laugh at her. I cannot die in peace yet, man. Not till Zul'Marash be dead too. You find him cross the lake in Zubwatha. I hold this poison off till he bring me his big ugly head, man. Only then I die peacefully.
Spirits be with you, man.
Alright, I am reading that off. So, wait, hang on. I forgot, I don't ask you actually rescue him, I don't think. Or maybe I do. Maybe after I kill the named character. Oh, I was talking earlier how I was gonna put a cut in the recording so I could get some rested experience. Oh well, obviously that's not happening anymore. Oh, I need Shadow. Oh wait, no I don't. It's the only ones I don't need to kill yet. Is there a follow-up to Amani Encroachment? There probably is, honestly. Oh, there's an axe over there. Okay, so let's draw their attention for now. But I'm going to talk about my human hunter warrior character, just because he's not going to be someone I'm going to play for a while. Although I feel like I should start him. Maybe I could start him in classic actually. No. He doesn't really need TBC or Wrath of the Lich King as much as the others, so I can start him in classic later on. I just hope maybe there's a future chance to do the TBC Wrath of the Lich King. Because Cataclysm onwards is fine. Even with modern day WoW, just because of the fact that even though the gameplay has changed a bit, the zones have not. You can't go back to the true classic zones. I'm gonna head back to after I kill two more Axe Lords. I'm gonna head back to the Far Strider Retreat, just for the possibility that there is a follow-up. Hope that's not wasting any time. Berserker, don't need more view. Not the Berserker. Oh well. If there's a follow-up, I guess I'll find out. Oh, here's one. Oh, there's another one there. Nice. Actually, no. Keep following me for now. I'm gonna draw them to me more. Oh wait, yeah, they're actually going to be at range. That's right. Okay. Apparently, really hate me for something. Whatever. Maybe I'll probably just head to the other Journeyman's Road. I'm pretty sure yeah, that's 2 intellect versus 1 intellect, 1 stamina. I'm gonna keep this, I think. I'll keep this for now. Figure it out later. I really feel like there's gonna be a follow-up that has me go after the Shadow Priest, because I'm pretty sure there was a quest to kill them, but I could be wrong. Could be. Oh, there's another Axor over here too. Yeah, well. It's also funny how different the trees and woods are over here, just because there's trolls. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but like, were the trolls always in this spot? Because I can understand them being over there, but if they had such a they were so aggressive against them, I have a hard time they managed to get over here and hold over here. So for all of history, considering that there's these trees here, I feel like they should have the normal Eversong wood trees here and maybe even over there, and just have some of the trolls have built some structures here over time. Okay. Alright, this is gonna take a bit. It's fine. Here you go. Another. Go distract him for now. Let's take care of these two. Oh wow, you're actually taking care of him quite handily. Okay, that's good. 2 beats down, 1 video. It's been a while since I've ever do that. I'm just gonna do this on you just because. What the? I canceled it? Oh well. I expected to be using the rough stone statues by now. At least once. I mean, they're not that useful or anything like that, but I think they're pretty cool. That's why I like one of the reasons why Jewelcrafting is one of my favorite ones to do. I would say Jewelcrafting is third, Inscription second, and Alchemy first. Inscription and Alchemy could switch back and forth. I would say Blacksmithing is fourth. Yeah, honestly, I think I actually have a list of what I prefer in the preferred order, I should specify. Ah, let's kill you just to... Lots of things to sell. I've also been getting a lot of linen because, yeah, okay, and now I have over a stack of it. Nice. I was having such a hard time getting a hold of any of it for a while. Oh, there was another one. It's not down. I got this one. Hello. I love being able to actually use stuff that I can pick up. Oh yeah, and Monty Invasion Panlands. I think that was the second one I forgot. The other quest I forgot about. Oh well, just go down. But yeah. Well, so that's not exactly the most fitting offhand for my character, but hey, gameplay wise, leveling up wise, etc. It's more important for me to have that over looks by far. Only some what I equip matters other than the fact if it's better than what I got, is when I'm doing certain challenges. In the future, I might do, what was the challenge? I don't think it was called the Mountaineer Challenge. It was something. It's a challenge you could do on Turtle WoW, and I might do it on there too at some point, but just where you only equip up to common tier gear. So pretty much you just, it's kind of like, not like, obviously, crafting your own gear in general is still probably the superior option. It would be the easier one, because I think, while you, no, yeah, that's definitely the superior option, because not only do you get greens and up to rares, maybe even epics with crafting, even if they're a little under gear, they're still better gear than someone's got. Like, if I have, like, gear that can go up to level 58 that I can make, then trash gear at level 60 is still going to be worse than that. I've really been thinking a lot about Kha'Zagul, as well as my, the characters that I've been in my mind most are my, well, you can say Blood Elf Paladin, but my Paladin-style elf characters specifically, as well as my Kha'Zagul, who I think I just call him, like, Mountain King as, like, an archetypical name. Archetypal? I think it's archetypal. Whatever. Oh, I didn't even pick this up yet. Though you don't understand the language in these battle plans, you clearly make out a map marking the positions of the Farsighted Retreat in Fairbreeze Village. You'd best let Lieutenant Dawnrunner know at the Farsighted Retreat. Oh, let Lieutenant Dawnrunner at the Farsighted Retreat know about this. I said that a little out of order. Jesus, that's not, wow, okay. I guess I was really wrong about how long the video if it was going to take, because I'm pretty sure this is going to send me to Fairbase to warn them, but other than that, I don't really have much else to do in this recording. Maybe I'll run down to Tranquillion for an extra 5 minutes or something. We'll see.
Victory lies ahead. Be ready
Good
for
work,
anything.
Velanariel. With more people like you, we'll soon restore our lands to their former glory.
We will have justice.
What do you want to show me?
Keep your wits
Trolls
about
have
you.
been keeping us pinned here while planning an attack on Fairbreeze Village. We were not expecting this at all.
Shorel-Oran.
Go to Fairbreeze Village and notify Ranger Degolian of the Amani plans. Even with Zul'Marash dead, Fairbreeze must prepare for a troll attack. Tell Degolian I will send him reinforcements as soon as possible.
Be ready for anything.
I have another quest to turn in here. Oh, I think I did this last time too. I forgot to go back to the troll.
Anu Belore Delana.
You brought me Otembe's hammer, Velanariel?
Death to all who oppose
There's
us.
truth to the rumors. This hammer is light and strong at once. I shall manage to complete several of my unfinished projects. And of course, I'll let you have first pick.
The reckoning is at hand.
What was it? Yeah, that quest just makes me. Obviously, she is a blacksmith, and that's the whole idea for it anyway. It just makes me think of this Kha'Zagul even more so. So, actually, at least when I go down here, I could just head straight west, more or less. I don't have to go around like this. I think I've done that before, and it's like, why? Just cut through. But yeah, so what I was going to say with Kha'Zagul was that the... well, like I said, I should probably talk about him more in his actual video, which I'm going to, but I just talk about whatever comes to mind right now. In the future, I'll probably be a little bit more trying to stick to the certain whatever characters I'm actually playing when I talk about them, just so I'm not all over the place as much. As well as just the fact that, well, I just feel like I should talk about the characters on their specific games or characters or videos or whatever. Whatever. So with Kha'Zagul though, other than the whole copper and copper alloy aspect of him, one thing I forgot that I liked long before I even thought about making the character make his clan or the character focus on that metal or those metals rather. Originally my idea for him a long time ago when I first thought up the dwarf character, which when I was thinking about things last night, I was looking things up on the wiki for the game. When I went to Northrend, I was like, wait a second. I was originally gonna actually have his clan go up to Northrend for a time. This is years ago. Like I said, before I even thought about making copper his primary focus. And I still like the idea of bits. He's probably not going to go up there permanently, but I think it's going to be one of the areas he likes to go to the most for a couple reasons. For one, the Frost Wars up there would be good company to him as well as just going to the Storm Peaks in general due to the Titans and the old you are, yeah.
Talk to me.
You bring me Zul'Marash's head?
Later.
Yeah, man. Zul'Marash had this coming. He burned down Vanjashi's village. I killed many Amani before they put me in this cage. I hide something in the sand. My gift for you now. The poison. It's spread now, man. Time to rest.
Stay away from them.
One thing that doesn't make sense is that as well. He just talked about his village. It's like, where was your village, Mr. Darkspear? Mr. Jungle. Even if he's not a Darkspear, he would be a jungle troll. Where was his village that Amani went out of their way to raid it? All of the, like, especially in recent years, because that's the only thing that really matters considering we're talking about a specific NPC. All of them are down here. And the Darkspears didn't set up any kind of like camp or settlements up in the Eastern Kingdoms. They set them up only in Durotar in the Lost Isles, and I think a couple elsewhere. Hang on. Sorry, I had to sneeze. There were a couple in Kalimdor, but I don't think they set up anything really new here in the Eastern Kingdoms. Least of all in the northern portions of it. Considering that the forest trolls and the Amani specifically are only up here in the Ghostlands and Eversong Woods, it doesn't make sense that they would have targeted a troll settlement. Or why there'd even be a troll settlement, because that can't even include the forest trolls of the hinterlands, because they aren't considered Amani trolls because they're not part of the Amani Empire anymore. They once were, but they've been living as their own tribes down separated from them for quite a while. But yeah, so I do think it's a little strange that they had that in the lore. I guess I'm very nitpicky, but I think it's I wouldn't say a good thing necessarily, but I think that might be something I just do with games as I play through them. Get a little nitpick with the lore whenever I know the lore pretty well. Which, given when I play Lord of the Rings online, that's probably going to happen a few times. But at the same time, they really had to make up their own lore to make it work. Oh, you're level 9. The ones on the other side of the Dead Scar are level 5, so I didn't think I was going to aggro them. Might as well aggro them too, because... Oh, I forgot. I have a wand now. I have a wand now. I'm gonna start putting you in the bottom just because maybe I should do you too, but for now I'm gonna leave it as is. I need to start getting my wand skill up, though it might be more off-camera thing. I might have my character sit and do that while I go do something in real life. But yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah, I just was talking about the troll. Just as weird. I don't know where they would have had the jungle trolls village, that they would have attacked and burned it down. Because I know there's a troll village in the eastern part of the hinterlands, but that is a forest troll village that wasn't burned down. And I guess there could have been others over there, but like, if he considered it his home, why would he? Also, again, that's a hinterlands. That is so far away. Why would he be up here? I don't know. It's just again, I'm just nitpicking, honestly. You're probably gonna hear that a lot from me, at least for a while. I say for a while. I don't see myself really stopping unless like if I were to be a bigger YouTuber and it gets to be problematic that I do that, maybe, but like that's not gonna happen. And I think I'd rather stay true to myself no matter what. Oh, I didn't realize how far south I was. I was like really thrown off about where the I didn't even realize I went that far south. Huh. Okay. I thought it was when I passed over the mountains, I thought I passed over that one. I passed over there. That's really, really off for me. I did not know I did that. But yeah. No. Good job. Alright, I guess there's another spot where they fight the undead, so I guess I can't really say they don't fight the undead, but everywhere they do, it's just them holding the line, not really going after them as much. I don't know. I guess nobody else was really having me go up against this Scourge either. It really is just the Rangers now that I think about it, because anyone else has me go up against them is for like studies and stuff like that, and it's only the Dead Scar that has the undead. So I guess what I said earlier is completely wrong. Didn't think about it enough to realize that. Sorry about that. How long is this recording now? 55 minutes. I could extend it and walk all the way to Tranquillian, I think, but I think once I turn this quest in, I'm just gonna end the recording, just because you don't need to see the walk all the way over there.
Enubilore Delana.
The information you brought is of vital importance. Now that we know the trolls' plans, we can prepare for an attack. We won't be caught with our guard down.
The reckoning is at hand.
Well, that's gonna be that for now. I might head back to Silvermoon between recordings. I don't like that I'm so close to level 14. That's another reason why I think if I had stopped between the Duskwither Spire and the trolls, I probably would have been able to get to the next level with rested experience, but I'm not going to complain about that. I was caught up in it because I was enjoying myself. Yeah, I'll probably be a bit before recording, because again, I really do want to get this rested experience up higher than this. So when I come back, we should be in Tranquillian. I will probably be playing other characters between now and then, of course, but the way I said it made it sound like I wasn't going to be recording anything. Which is completely false. I'm definitely going to be playing stuff. Alright, well, instead of talking on and on about nothing, I will end the recording now. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.